In 2017, Kingdom Hearts 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue was released, which included Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance ported for the PlayStation 4, the Kingdom Hearts back cover movie which delves into the lore of the Foretellers, and Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep 0.2, a Fragmentary Passage, which acts as a prologue to Kingdom Hearts 3. This title often gets overlooked in this release and in the overall line of Kingdom Hearts games, which is an absolute shame. So today, we're going to talk about what's so good about Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep 0.2, a Fragmentary Passage. There are a lot of things packed into this short title, and I'm going to save the spoiler talk for later in the video. So first, let's talk about the gameplay. 0.2 was designed practically so that the Kingdom Hearts development team could get a good handle on the Unreal Engine 4, the engine that they were going to progress the series with, continuing with KH3. This little demo could have been nothing, or simply could have been an opening chapter for Kingdom Hearts 3, and have the opening be more akin to the Roxas chapter in Kingdom Hearts 2. But Nomura had a story he wanted to tell with Aqua, and he stated he did not want Kingdom Hearts 3 to begin on backstory, as it was intended to be the wrap-up of the whole entire saga. So instead, we got Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep 0.2. The playstyle is undeniably Aqua, while also bridging the gap between the PlayStation 2 era and PlayStation 4 era of technical advances. The hack-and-slash combat makes a return from Kingdom Hearts 2, and it feels exactly as you expect a Kingdom Hearts game to feel and play. Aqua has access to all of her magics immediately, and begins the journey at level 50. This is the only Kingdom Hearts game to not throw you back to level 1 in the beginning, which canonically makes sense, as Aqua has no reason to experience a power reset. She was a fully fledged Keyblade master at the end of Birth by Sleep, and she remains so now. Enemies in the Dark World are also more powerful than the Heartless in the Realm of Light, also lending reason to the power scale established in the game. Aqua's Shotlock also makes a return in this game, and her Spellweaver command style is now a style change. This is one of the many game mechanics teased here that will be staples in Kingdom Hearts 3. The style change is the base of the Keyblade form changes that we see in Kingdom Hearts 3, and the idea of athletic flow originating in Dream Drop Distance is also here when Aqua rides the trails left behind on a Blizzaga. Team attacks when Mickey enters the party are the prelude to how most team attacks will work in Kingdom Hearts 3 as well, and navigation works similar to how Kingdom Hearts 3 will eventually progress. Aqua feels more fluid than she ever has, and at this point, gameplay feels better than it ever has been. Now I want to talk about the worlds and environments. The worlds in 0.2 are unique and absolutely set a tone and mood as soon as you start your journey. Returning worlds that fell post-Birth by Sleep are revisited and twisted and mangled versions in the Realm of Darkness. A sense of dread and despair fills the air as Aqua traverses these worlds, once bursting with Disney magic, now devoid of joy. Castletown from Cinderella is ripped apart and warped into a maze, the town square fountain frozen in time, and Heartless greet you at every turn. Acting as your first area, it is your introduction to how the Realm of Darkness takes a world and sinks it into an unhospitable state. When you arrive in Snow White's world, you're immediately sucked into a mirror and enter the world within, a dark rendition of the world and of your own self. Here, while being taunted by a phantom of herself, Aqua must go through mirrors and overcome trials to escape. This includes a never-ending staircase that provides an eerie feeling of loneliness, and the room of pillars invoking emotions of confusion and disorientation. All of this leading to a confrontation in the mirror in a shadowy arena where the only enemy is you. Lastly, there is the Forest of Thorns from Sleeping Beauty. The winding path through the forest never ceases to provide enemies, and thorns as obstacles barring your path. Fight after fight weighing down on you as you keep progressing until you reach the path's end and discover dozens of dark sides have congregated, resulting in a futile feeling in a seemingly unending army of Heartless. All of this to say, this game does its absolute hardest to give you a feeling, to put you in Aqua's perspective. It abandons Disney magic in pursuit of making the Realm of Darkness everything it's been made out to be so far. Pure darkness. Now is the time if you're worried about spoilers, I'd suggest you leave. If not, that's on you. Next I want to talk about the post-game. Once you beat the Demon Tide and finish the main story, you will also unlock Critical Mode, and the Zodiac chests are unlocked in your game. You're also encouraged to try and complete the 51 in-game objectives to collect all of the outfit variations for Aqua. The idea of customizing your character has always been cool, but has never been an option in Kingdom Hearts before. This also only being a 2 or 3 hour experience makes replaying the game a lot more enticing than replaying a 30 to 50 hour playthrough that the other Kingdom Hearts titles are. This was actually my first time trying out Critical Mode, as I wasn't intimidated by replaying a 3 hour game a second time. Completing this game on Critical Mode actually made me want to go back to the other games and try critical role on those as well. Around half of the objectives in this game you can get naturally while playing the game, causing you to want to see if you can get all of them. I had a blast doing this, as the bite-sized game added enough extra content to be engaging, but not at all daunting. The challenges of beating 2 of the story bosses without getting hit were brutal, but the steady drip feed on new accessories for Aqua made me want to keep going. Then there's also the secret boss. If you find all 12 Zodiac chests in the post-game, you unlock a boss rush in the world within. These are a couple horde fights, and you revisit harder versions of story bosses in the game, and end with a fight against the real Phantom Aqua. This boss fight is a great taste test for the amazing boss design Kingdom Hearts has only refined over the years. It is challenging, and it requires you to understand all of the tools of combat, but it is oh so rewarding when you finally beat it. Mastering the combat isn't for everyone, as it has a higher barrier of entry than casual play, but the intricate dance between your character and these bosses are the most fun I have ever had playing Kingdom Hearts. Lastly, the story. The story of this game is so good, guys! I love Kingdom Hearts. I love the magic and the friendship of it all. The story can take strange and sudden turns or seem to make up its own rules as it's unfolding, and can be hard to follow sometimes, but this game is different. Aqua's story is straightforward if you know the story of Birth by Sleep. Aqua sacrifices herself to save Terra and Ventus, and she is now in the realm of darkness, trying to figure out what to do next. That's essentially it. And this game also forsakes the Disney magic. Disney's presence is still felt in the worlds and in Mickey, but it does not feel the same as when you play a game with Sora. Birth by Sleep was a darker tale than usual. It kept to the formula of playing around in Disney worlds, fighting bad guys with your big key, but Aqua, Terra, and Ventus don't have the same outcomes that Sora would get. Ventus wrestles with darkness, literally, and Terra, paranoid and desperate to protect his friends, falls from the light and is used by the dark, and Aqua, the most Sora-like character in the game, despite her best efforts to save the day, ends up in the Dark World, alone. Here, we see her struggle with the effect of that isolation can give you. In the beginning, exploring the remains of Castletown, she experiences the beginnings of depression. She is faced with the reality that this world, and others like this, have been lost. She couldn't save them. She was just here, and things were okay, and now they're not. She then begins seeing visions of her friends she gave everything to save, and doubt starts to form as she wonders if she was even able to do them any good. Moving on to the world within, she is faced with the phantom of herself. The mirror begins to bring out everything Aqua fears. Can she help anyone? Is she good enough? Can she even help herself? Should she just give in? All of these pervasive thoughts are vocalized back at her via her own reflection, but Aqua, giving it her all, defeats the mirror and resolves to keep pushing forward. That's when she reaches the Forest of Thorns. She again begins seeing illusions of her friends and is determined to reach them. They are all that matter to her. She fights the hordes of Heartless, storms through dark sides to reunite with her friends, and what did she discover? They aren't okay. Terra is steeped in the darkness too, and is able to talk to Aqua long enough to reveal that he was possessed by Xehanort, and that Ven is lost somewhere, and no one is able to help him except her, who herself is lost. The blow to her resolve is sharp, and she wanders ever deep into the dark, when a light finds her. Mickey reaches her, and almost instantly Aqua feels hope. There's something she can do. Another person with her, a goal to reach for. She helps Mickey locate the Dark Keyblade and assist in closing the door to darkness. Side note, MVP Nomura for giving us a reason why Mickey was shirtless in Kingdom Hearts 1. No one asked for that. It would have been the smallest of inconsistencies, but the man just had to do it. Pfft, respect. And then, she's lost. Again. But she is solidified in that she is fighting for something. That there is still a fight going on, and that the light hasn't lost. And defiantly, she will fight as long as she can. Whatever it takes. For her friends, for everyone, because she's simply too strong to give up. And people need her. And I think that there's no better way to end this than for Aqua to say the last words. Because she says them best.
I will be their wayfinder. And one day, I'll return to Terra and Ven. I am Master Aqua, and that's a promise.
Thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed it. This video is my first, so subscribe if you would like to see more from me. You can find me here on YouTube or on twitch.tv at Sort of Games. See you next time.